Mm-hmm.
Your stuff and their stuff is like actually similar.
Okay.
So that they are trying to connect industry experts with those of the students. So you can always have a word with CEO also. So
Absolutely.
even if there is a chance of collaboration or something like that, you can go ahead with that.
So absolutely, I think you raised a very good point. Like, if at all, like, I want to reach out to any IITians or like people who are wanting to work in the startup area. Do you see like a lot of students, especially in the IITs, who wanted to work for startups and they needed some opportunities?
Of course. See, the thing is that everywhere in India, the problem is that the students are more and the companies are less. So not each and everyone gets to work in a multinational companies. And the only difference between a multinational company and a startup is that in a multinational company, your role will be just one, that you have to just create this product and this type of feature, that's all. But when you're working for a startup, you you are an HR yourself, right? You're a marketing person yourself, right? The CEO will ask you that if there's the product that you are designing, you're a product designer also, you're a front end designer also. They will always ask you about your inputs, right? So if you want, if a student wants to have all those kind of experience, mixed kind of experience, he or she must go and work in a startup for approximately 1 or 2 years, and then go for a multinational if he or she ever wants. Because when you work in a startup, the thing that you realize is that how easy it is to create one. Because people think that startups are very tough, and so according to me, it is one of the most easiest thing to do. Yes, there are many hardships after you make a product. You have to wait for the invoices, you have to wait for so the marketing game and everything. But it's one of the most easiest thing to do. And people always ask me that, Abhishek, that do we need more money to start up? I will always say no. You don't need money to start up. You need to have a zeal, you need to have enthusiasm, you need to have confidence in your product, whatever you are building. Because if you don't have a confidence in your product, how do you think that people will pay you? How do you think that companies will pay you? They won't. You need to have create a very good product so that people like you. The product people why people use Instagram so much, why people use Snapchat so much? They're not giving single rupees to them. But then, because it's so good, the algorithm is so good that people are now equipped with that. When you wake up, you just have to check your WhatsApp, you have to check your you have to check your Instagram. Why? Because you are hooked with that kind of product. It is so nice. If you can see, WhatsApp is very decent product, right? It's just messaging app, nothing else. So was there no messaging app 10 years before? Yes, there was. But how WhatsApp is different? Because it gives you more of a good feel. The font, the sizes, you can even send videos, you can even send photos, right? Everything. So that's what you have to build a product. You don't have to build a very complex product. Build a small product, but do it with so much of elegancy, with so much of elegant, and with so much of good design that people come to you. People say that, what, we want to buy your product, we want to share your product. So that, create that. Don't never run for money. I will say never run for run for the product. Run for how to create your product better, how to create your product better than each and everyone that is out in the market.
So what do you tell people like who are thinking about building their products, building their dreams, but they don't know where to get started, and they don't know how to code? Like, what do you tell people who are listening that like how to go about if those are those constraints that they have?
So first of all, so I will be giving a very practical definition. So first of all, whatever you have in mind, write it down on the paper. So if it's a B2B or a B2C, so that difference. So if it's a B2C, talk with 100 or 200 people. Just go and talk. So, what, I'm trying to build this, I'm trying to build this, I'm trying to build this. And I did the same. When I was building a product for B2C. I talked with 100 200 people of a community. I told them, what I'm trying to build. No one will steal your idea. Come on, people are very worried in these kind of days that someone will steal my idea. No, if they steal your idea and if they're successful in it, then that simply means that they are very good in it. Then that simply means you don't deserve that idea. Even if you can say Ola is never Ola, Uber are they very great ideas? No, they're not great ideas. But the execution part matters the most. So first of all, what you have to do is, if you're a B2C product, just go and talk to 200 people. Even if it's B2B product, go and talk to a company heads. And surprisingly, the company heads are not that much easy to easy available. But yes, you can always make a video. You can send a video, sir, I want to work under you for 6 months on internship. I will work free for you. And I have done that. I have when I was building my product, I went to Bangalore for 3 months to work under a startup named as Avalon. I told the CEO, I said that, sir, I will work freely for you for the next 3 months. I just want your guidance. I just want to see how products are made, how the vision is, how everything, how you manage a team of 50 plus people, right? So so it's very easy. Just see, look, and then read books, read about businesses, read. There are many kind of website also, founder, entrepreneurs India and everything. So read about them, read about those kind of entrepreneurs, read about their journey, read about how those people did it. Then create a business plan. Once you've created a business plan, then don't worry about the funds, how where the funds will come, where everything will come. Have 4 5 people, one from marketing, two from technical guy, and one for the vision and etc. The 5 people are more than enough for you, for anything to anything to establish. So even if you're in college, this is the best time. Just take 5 of your best friends, take maybe your juniors, take maybe your senior, go and talk with 100 of people in your college, and tell them your idea. You know what, Mr. X, Mr. Y, I want to develop this, can you please help me? So the thing with humans is we don't ask for help. If you ask for help, people will say yes. That's the problem. And I think if you ask for anyone, and what, I can you please help me, they will always say yes. You know what, at least I will give 1 month, not more. I will just give 1 month to you, and then let's see the how the situation is, and how you can unfold it from there, right? So it's very easy to start up. Yes, after that the problems are there, but I think that more people should come forward. More people should come forward with more ideas. More people should come forward with more technical skill, with more execution skill, so that we can create a ecosystem where everyone can enjoy themselves. Everyone can feel that they are important.
That's awesome, because there are like a few insights that I got just talking to you right now, Abhishek. Number one, you told about writing your idea on a piece of paper. That is super important. And every time I have an idea personally, I just go into my the thinking book. What I call is, I just write down all the ideas that I'm getting, because sometimes you you tend to forget these ideas very quickly as well.
True.
So that is the number one. And the number two, you talked about building a business model. For those listeners who are listening, yes, those building the business plans that you might have heard years ago, those are now extinct. Like, you can build a very simple business plan in just 30 minutes. Like, how would you build a business plan is, like, you can just search business plan or business model on the internet, and you can search about lean business model. That is one of the business model that, like, a lot of students who are building startups actually use. It has like 9 components. It asks you about, like, the problem that you're trying to solve, the solution, the unique value proposition, which is more about, like, how are you unique than the other products that are existing in the market. And then you have got cost structure. Like, you have got, what is that unfair advantage that you have got, what is your revenue streams, what is your cost for your infrastructure. So, like, these are the 9 components that you can actually just write it down on a piece of paper, and you have your business plan ready. That's all you need to do. And that's a great starting point for anybody who's just thinking about an idea. Don't think about ways that how you cannot do it. Just think about, like, what is that starting point? What can I do today? What can I do now to take that first initial step in building my dream, right? People get overwhelmed thinking about, hey, I need a technical guy, I need a marketing guy, I need an investment. Like, hey,
They think a lot.
right? So just take your time, just write write your idea, take your next step, building your business plan. Now talk to your, especially, I think you're right, like, lot of, like, being a student in the college, nobody is going to ask you whether you got a job or you're working. That's the best time. And even from my own experience, that's the best time to build your dream company. I think a lot of times we tend to forget, and we have this pressure of making good grades and all this great stuff. But I think it's the best time to build a company. And more importantly, with technology, it is becoming more and more cheap in order to get started, especially with the internet, with the resources that we have. There are a lot of accelerator programs that they just need your idea and they are going to mentor you. So there are a lot of student pitch competitions across the world, in fact. Like, you have the doors wide open. All you need to do is have the passion and have that zeal in you to build that product. And one of the key things that I always learned in the past few years being an entrepreneur is, like, the whatever the problem that you're trying to solve is, if that is something that you're super passionate about solving because you faced it, you will have that passion and enthusiasm to solve it because you have faced it for yourself. And are helping other people not to have that. So what's your experience like, trying to solve your own problem, Abhishek?
Yeah, so the wise part. So as I told you that I was, I was selected to one of the company, and I just attended their 1 week of program. So I had this so the thing with them was they had like many quality analysts with them. They were, trying to listen to your calls, and they were trying to figure out, they were trying to give you marks that, this person is good, this person is bad, this person needs more training. So now I thought that, this work can be automated by machine. If a machine can hear your 100% of your calls, then of course the machine can interpret, if the person is saying correctly, if the person is saying not correctly, if the tone is right, if the tone is not right, everything can be judged by those type of machine learning models. So if I faced this problem, I thought, what, if I am facing this problem, these 10 people or these 20 people who are sitting there, trying to listen to these calls, they are also having the same problem. So I built from that. And even for the genetics part, so for the genetics parts, I saw that, people have potential, but maybe due to, some lag, maybe due to some genetic problem in them, because everyone is different, right? So if we can have them on the same line, if we can, just enhance the productivity, if we can enhance their brain level, then maybe yes we can do wonders. If so let's say the Einstein, so Einstein has the excess of his brain is approximately 8 to 10%, right? So now let's imagine that if 8 to 10% excess of your brain can do so much of wonders, then let's see that humanity rises up to 10% of your brain capacity. So you can do wonders. The project of Mars can be done within 6 months if everyone is so much talented, if everyone is so much intelligent. So that's what we are trying to get. That's what we are trying to build here in Gravitate AI.
That is awesome, Abhishek. Like, keep working on the great stuff that you are working on, and I wish you all the very best to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so